Hi, and welcome to the best practices of 90-90-90 schools. In this video, we will take a look inside some of the 90-90-90 schools that exist right here in the US. We will be answering the question, what are some of the best practices of the 90-90-90 schools? But before we dive into the best practices of these schools, let's answer the question, what are these schools? 90-90-90 schools have 90% or higher enrollment of ethnic minority students, and 90% or more of students qualifying for free or reduced lunch. However, what about that third 90%? This refers specifically to 90% or more of students achieving at or above grade level standards. This is where we will be spending the majority of our time together today. 90-90-90 schools are schools that challenge the common belief that students living in poverty and of ethnic minorities just don't have what it takes to achieve academic success. But these schools show the exact opposite by demonstrating that these students are capable of achieving academic excellence, just like their higher SES non-minority peers. But what exactly can the school do to support its minority students who are also battling poverty? First, we must look at what we have control over. We cannot control our students' ethnicities, nor can we control the financial situations of their families. So instead, we need to do what we can to support our students' academic achievement. So now it's time to take a look into some of the best practices of the 90-90-90 schools to find out what we can implement in our own schools to support our students in achieving academic success. When looking into the practices of the 90-90-90 schools, it is evident that there is a clear focus on academics and academic success. Student academic data is shown off in the hallways. Exemplary work is on display for all to see, and students learn to take accountability for tracking their own data. While it's important to track student data and celebrate success, in schools like these where students also tend to have many deficiencies in their learning, it is also important to monitor and celebrate student growth. Instead of striving for excellence and perfection, it is beneficial to instill the belief that upward progress will lead to excellence in the future. We must not harp on where our students are now, but instead teach them that continuously learning and growing is important in and of itself. Another tool that is highly used among the 90-90-90 schools is intensive interventions. If there are deficiencies in a student's learning, these schools ensure that students are receiving targeted interventions to help fill in those gaps in students' learning. Some students at these schools spend up to half of their day in intervention groups. And these interventions are not only provided by classroom teachers, but interventionists at the school pull small groups of students with similar needs from multiple classrooms to provide these interventions as well. If your school does not have interventionists, it could be beneficial to partner with programs within one's community who specialize in reading interventions and could work with students at your school site during the school day. Progress monitoring is another must for 90-90-90 schools, and it happens weekly if not daily. If a student does not do well on assignment, they are encouraged to practice the skills so they can try again tomorrow or next Friday instead of waiting to test again the next semester or school year on a large number of skills that they may need more practice on. This can motivate students to focus on the skill at hand and practice until they reach mastery. Another successful practice of the 90-90-90 schools is focusing on the core subjects because they are the foundation to every other subject. If a student has strong reading comprehension, they will likely be successful in subjects like science, social studies, and history as well. 90-90-90 schools tend to focus only on reading, writing, and math. Teachers in schools should also capitalize on every opportunity they find for students to write. Research suggests that writing can be integrated into every other content area, and writing ability is closely linked to success in other content areas. Writing can illuminate students' thought processes, whether they are correct or incorrect. These schools have a tendency to focus writing instruction on informative writing and use a universal checklist to score student writing. By having students respond through writing, it forces them to consolidate their thoughts, formulate ideas, reflect and evaluate their learning and their knowledge. 90-90-90 schools that saw the most success had to make the difficult choice to say goodbye to events and traditions that were not directly related to student academic achievement. Fun events that families and staff loved had to be sacrificed so more effort could be poured into students' academic success. It isn't to say that students shouldn't have fun. However, the learning should be the priority, and staff should find a way to make the learning itself the fun part. There is no quick fix to achieving academic success at these very high-need schools. There is nothing that can be purchased or done overnight to ensure the academic success of every student. However, with continued effort from teachers, staff, students, families, and community leaders, it is possible for achievement to become attainable at every school. I hope this video provided some realistic changes you can begin implementing in your own school and classroom to improve your student success. But most importantly, I hope it reminds you that every school and every student is worthy and capable of success. Thank you for watching this video.